What's going on, guys? Johnny Replace the Grass Lawn Care, and man, it's been a while since I've made one of these videos, right? I know. So, I'm at one of my customers' property, and this is a monthly service. And before I begin, hold on, I gotta get some music on here. Oops, let me put it out. Oops, hold on. I can't show you my code, man. There you go. So, I'm gonna listen to some XM radio. It's not a sponsored video, so don't worry about it. So, hey, by the way, guys, so you know, what I do is every year I call XM and I let them know, hey, listen, I'm about to cancel my subscription, and they go, oh man, we'll give it to you for like $72 a year, and we'll notify you before it ends, and because usually it's like $160 some dollars, sometimes $200 and some dollars a year. And I'm like, I'm not paying that type of money for the doggone radio. So I call them up and tell them I'm about to cancel, and every year they keep giving me the $72 or $79, whatever the case it might be. So hey, it is what it is, right? You gotta be a savvy consumer. But yeah, this is a Ballard Python .95 blues trimmer string, and man, I've been using this for the past 6+ months, and it's my favorite right now. So yes, as I said before, I'm going to service this property once a month, and I know some of you guys may look at it and go, man, that yard doesn't need cutting. Well, tell that to the customer. Now if you guys jump on me, especially the one up north, you know man, you out there cutting people's yard and they don't need to be cut. Guys, you think people are gonna pay me to do a job that they feel like don't need to be done? Come on. So yeah, the customer wants it done. So this is a Green Guard safety device. And why I put this up, guys, is because I saw a video on the internet where somebody drove right into a trailer. They had their cones out there, but they were like on a busy highway, and they drove right into the trailer. Thank God no one was in the trailer. But yeah, it's crazy. So I put this as a added protection or a notification kind of thingy. Yeah, it makes me feel better. So now this video was shot prior to me painting my trailer. And let me tell you guys, I believe in upgrading. Okay, I don't settle for what I have. I always want to make it better. So I painted the inside of my trailer white, and I put a garage mat on the floor of the trailer. Man, it looks fantastic. If you guys want to see the process, I have a video on this channel of what I did and what it looks like. And currently I'm putting things back in the trailer the way I want it, and I'm getting rid of a lot of little things that, you know how it is, we carry things on a daily basis that we honestly don't use, and we go, well, I want to have it just in case, but at the end of the day it only put more weight on your vehicles. And with the price of gas, man, I'm telling you, and again, some of you might say, well, you're paying it away, but again, I try to move as light as I can. This way, you know, I save on gas, right? I mean, hey, as long as I feel good about the whole process, that's what it's all about. But yes, as I said before, this is centipede grass that I'm mowing once a month at a height of 2 inches. And during the winter, I keep my centipede at 2 inches. And this may be the last mow until mid-March, depending on Mother Nature, because things are going to get a little bit cooler, and the grass is kind of gonna slow down its growth. But so you guys know, most of my properties are year round, and some of them, most of them anyway, I bill in a 12-month billing cycle where we have every uh, task that they want on their property, and then we add everything up and divide it by 12, and they pay a 12-month uh, bill, which is the same every month. So whether I show up or not, I still get paid, and that's with some properties, right? Now, you want to do this with customers that you had for a while and know how the system works, because it's kind of hard. Again, at the beginning, you try to explain to your customers, especially if they're older, you explain to them exactly how the process works. But whenever that month, let's say February, January, February, when they don't see you, they wonder, why am I paying for somebody that hasn't been around? And then you have to re-explain that, you came, during the months that it need to be cut, and you charge a certain fee, and, the bill is due. But once you get your customers accustomed to your billing cycle, you have no issues. So as long as you are have a detailed service agreement and explain to your customers, okay? Because like I said before, guys, everybody don't understand at the beginning. Most of the times they just want you to come in and cut their grass, and they're not really paying attention to what you're saying in a way. So you have to take your time and explain to them. Don't get upset, don't get frustrated. It is part of the business. Okay, you have some of them that you're going to have to talk to a little bit more than the others, but once you get them on board, there's no issues. But then you have the one or two that say, nah, I don't feel comfortable paying you, and then those months that you're not in, and then you say, okay, well, if I'm not coming for 2 months out of the year, or the amount of months that you want me to come, then I break it down into I don't know, 10 payments or 8 payments, whatever they want. And a lot of times they'll look at the bill and go, whoa, this is a lot more than I was expecting. And you go, well, hey, that's why we move it up to 12. And it works out. It works out. Now, one sad thing is, this is the time of the year where I sit down and really look at my customer base and see those customers that don't pay on time, those customers are always complaining, those customers that you have to run down for your money, the ones that you try to build their credit cards, and the credit card is now they always have a brand new credit card for those who are credit card on file. Your issue customers, and we all have them. So let's not turn around and say I don't have any. We have them. And since I've been doing this for 30 years, guys, this is a reality. I weed them out. It doesn't matter how many years you do this, you're going to have those customers. And you as a business owner need to think about your peace of mind. What you can afford, and what are you willing to do, what are you willing to take on your daily basis, because this business is stressful. Don't get me wrong, don't let anybody lie to you. It's not just putting out flyers and going to mowing people grass. It is stressful. This business is stressful. Mother Nature puts stress on you when she feels like raining for days and you have to cut grass, and the customers put pressure on you when they want their grass cut, and don't kind of forget that it just rained yesterday and you can put a mower on their grass. And if you have employees that don't show up on time, they have an issue, they have baby mama drama, they want to advance, they this, they that, the other. So there's a lot of factors behind this business that is stressful. So what you want to do is you want to minimize the amount of stress that you get by weeding out those customers that are a pain in the butt. It is what it is. We can make it look good or whatever the case might be, but we all have them and we all have to get rid of them if that's what you want. If you don't want to, you love dealing with them, then that's fine. That's fine. Um, I look at it this way. When I first started, man, I used to be gung ho and give people a lot of chances, a lot of opportunities to pay the bill. But as you get you know grandfather into this business, you realize that, hey, you're doing this because you have bills to pay. You have a family to feed, and in the same way that they say, well, I didn't get paid such and such, so I can't, I had to pay this first and this, that, the other. For some reason, we are always the last one to get paid, right? We're not as important. So with that, stop. But at the end of the day, and not this specific customer, but I kept telling the customer, listen, you have to pick up your dog poop. You know, two big golden retrievers that they just let in the backyard and they go wherever they want to. And whenever I show up is when sometimes, and I'm talking about just sometimes, they'll run out there with a pooper scooper and try to pick up the poop. And most of the time, they don't go out there. They act like, they didn't hear me, they didn't see me. And next thing you know, I have to drive on that thing and cut the grass and charge them additional for, the dog poop feed. But guys, let me tell you, it is okay to say that, yeah, I just charge them a fee and keep it moving. But then you have all that poop in between your mower tires. You have them, and then you drive it up on your trailer, and your trailer smell like dog poop, and it is just a mess. And the last thing you want to do, guys, is to take that to somebody else's property, because at the end of the day, you don't know if that dog has some sort of fecal disease or whatever the case might be, and you taking it over to your other customer property, and their dog catch something. You won't want them to do that to you, so you shouldn't. You got to think about others as well. So, long story short, um, I gave them a notice at the end of the season, and again, they promise to pick up, and every year they promise to pick up, and after 5, 6 years, I just figure I just keep it moving. It is what it is, and I understand. Some of you guys will say, well, give them a chance, but yeah, it's been 5 years. If it hasn't happened in that time, it's not going to happen again, and I'm going to be again doing the same thing. So what I'd rather do is just find another customer that is willing to work in picking up their dog feces if they have a dog, or one that doesn't have a pet. It doesn't matter to me. Like I said before, guys, I have dogs, and I've trained my dogs to go use the restroom in my plant beds. Not on my yard because I have auto mowers mowing my yard. And the way you do that is, because my dogs are Yorkies. Anytime they use the restroom, all I do is go out there and take a blower. I'll pick it up, but if I don't, then I'll take a blower and just blow the stuff right into the plant bed, and they automatically started going into the plant bed, and I have no issues with it. But in saying that, guys, this is the time of the year when you need to, excuse me, really reevaluate your customer base and see where your business is at. It isn't always about picking up new customers in order to be profitable. I see where a lot of people are always showing, yeah, I got a new customer, I got a new customer, I got a new customer, but yet the business is still the same. What are you doing? How many new customers can you be picking up? You know what I mean? And given the right, So my thing is, concentrate on your customer base that you have and think about giving them additional services. that minimizes you having to get out there and trying to pick up new customers. Um, Guys, I pick up one or two customers a year whenever something goes wrong with my current customer base, i.e., sad thing is, customers pass away. I lost two of them this year because, the husband passed away or the wife passed away, and then the kids came and, you know, moved in with the parent, and they ended up taking over the yard. I have a large military presence around where I work at, so sometimes they are the PCS. That means that they move because the military says, hey, listen, it's time for you to go somewhere else. And but I'm yet to have lost for the past 6, 7 years a customer because of price. Because you have to give your customers a value for their money. Let's be honest here. Put yourself in their shoe. Where you want to be paying for a service that you don't really honestly think that is being of value to you. I wouldn't. So why you expect your customers to do that? So in saying that, anytime you go out to one of your customers' property, do the best job that you can, man. Stop rushing. You know, I hear guys that say, because I used to do it. Listen, I used to be in your same shoe. I used to do it. My mentality was, the more customers I had, it makes me look good. In my mind, I'm doing great because I have that much customers and I'm doing 23, 24 yards a day. But I didn't have a life. I worked from sun up to sundown. I was stressed. I worked 7 days a week. I didn't see my family. I didn't this, I didn't that. So I just minimized it. I am working nice hours where I'm also able to make these videos for you guys. I'm very profitable, and profitable and successful is a personal trait. You know what I mean? Only you can tell yourself that you're being successful, you're being profitable. Don't look at somebody else. Let me tell you, somebody will have guys working for them, and on video they look like they have the world in their hands. But believe me, having people and all that stuff is stressful. It is stressful, and I can handle stress because I served 25 years in the Army, so I know how to handle stress. I've done it pretty well. So imagine guys that never done this before, all that stress on them. On video, it looks like, yeah, they have the best employees in the world, but I know, because I've been there and done that. I know the stressors that comes with that, And then also when it rains or it's winter and you have to pay those employees, and please, been there, done that. But yeah, we're talking a lot, right? Guys, remember, this is a time to reevaluate your business. Look at your business and make it profitable. Get rid of the customers that, are a pain in the butt, because we all have them. And believe me, don't stress about, oh my God, I'm gonna lose this customer. At the end of the day, there's people out there that need their yard cut. This is a service that will never go away. Okay, the U.S. population, that people are getting older, and people want their grass cut. So make sure you're targeting the right locations. People that really need your services, people that are willing to pay for your services, and get out there and do the best job possible, because again, guys, that's what you want to be known for. All right, guys, thank you for taking the time to watch my video. Please leave your comment in the comment section. Like, share, subscribe. Follow me on all social media. I'll post a lot of on the Instagram, so go check that out as well. and I started my TikTok also. So yeah, see you on the next one. Happy 2024. Have a blessed one. Peace.